how do I know if I'm meeting NCAA requirements in terms of meeting their academic requirements? So generally what I do when I start with families is I'll show them, this is for Division I specifically, but they have the 16 core course requirement. So when the eligibility center is looking to evaluate your transcript, they're looking at to see if you completed these 16 core courses by the time you've completed high school. So you can see here, the core courses are in different subject areas. So they're looking to see, okay, did this prospective student athlete complete 4 years of English by the time they graduated? Did they do 3 years of math, algebra 1 or higher, 2 years of science, 1 year of anything to the left, 2 years of social science, that would, let's say, US history, European history, things like that. And then also 4 years in the kind of the additional core course area that may or may not include a foreign language or anything that I've mentioned already to the left. For domestic students only, what's another good thing to, or another good reminder is student athletes need to complete 10 of your 16 core courses, including 7 in English, math, or natural science before the start of your 7th semester. So the NCAA is looking, have you completed 10 of the 16 core courses prior to the start of your senior year? So when it comes to academic planning, you kind of want to make sure that, hey, am I taking the right classes? 1, to graduate high school, 2, to also meet these NCAA core course requirements. And am I doing it at such a pace where I'm going to be able to complete 10 of the 16 core courses that are required before I enter my senior year? So you can see, based on the subject areas, most high school students will take a number of classes in these categories as they progress from 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, and then finally into 12th grade. The only time I really see kind of an issue is if a student fails a course, needs to retake it, or potentially if they change high schools and some requirements don't transfer over, they might need to retake certain classes for that new high school. So my advice is to kind of get a copy of your unofficial transcript wherever you are, if you're a 9th, 10th, or 11th grader, and making sure that you are meeting these requirements. Now, every high school is a little bit different. So another question I normally get is, well, how do I know specifically at my high school, what math class counts, what science class counts, because everybody's a little bit different. So the NCAA kind of puts together, within their high school portal, you can specifically research your specific high school and get basically a core course approval list. So this is a specific high school in Southern California, close to me, but I just kind of wanted to use them as an example of what this would look like. So you can see here that traditionally in English, your normal classes for English count. So your English 9, English 10, English Lit, AP English language. So those going to count for at least one of your 4 in terms of the English requirement. Then math, or this one would be social science. So social science, US history, modern history, European history, those are going to count in that bucket. Then math, you notice on the sheet prior, algebra 1 or higher is the only ones that are going to count. If you ended up taking algebra 1 in 8th grade, it would count for you in terms of the total count for the core course if algebra 1 shows up on your high school transcript. So that's another kind of reason to get an unofficial copy of your high school transcript to see, is algebra 1 listed? If not, you might need to speak with a guidance counselor to get that listed on your high school transcript, even if you took it in 8th grade. And then also to see, have you met the math requirement? But you'll see here, algebra 2, geometry, statistics, your traditional math classes are listed there. Then I always like to kind of jump down to the additional core course list to see, okay, what kind of additional core courses are they allowing? Is it religion course? Is it a foreign language course? Here, specifically at this high school, it looks like just, the foreign language courses are counting in that additional core course area. But then also I see something like introduction to philosophy. So that, introduction or philosophy doesn't really drop into one of those other buckets like a social science, a math. But here you can see specifically it's listed as a core course in that additional core course category. So if a student at this high school took that course, it would count, within their 16 core courses.